welcome my political friends of the interwebs. First and foremost, I would like to say congratulations to Scott Walker, or should I say, I'm sorry, Governor Scott Walker. That's right, the governor of Wisconsin. Yeah, you know, I've been watching some of the coverage of his, I don't know, his, I don't even know what to call it, because he completely just destroyed all opposition. I mean, just destroyed them. You know what was funny? These left-wing exit pollsters had this pretty neck and neck. Now, when I say these left-wing exit pollsters, I'm talking about the ones that they had that CNBC and NBC News had posted. These clowns, I don't even know what kind of questions they were asking, you know, or what fantasy they were living in, because ultimately they were so far off. Now, Fox News and some of the more conservative broadcasters, so listen to me, some of the more conservative, as if there's a bunch of them, you know, but, you know, the conservative bloggers and the conservative broadcasters that were on Fox News had it pretty right, pretty spot on. They pretty much had Scott Walker walking away with this thing. No pun intended. Anyway, look at this pic. Don't you just love the look on these two idiots? I mean, Ed Schultz, first of all, you know, he's like a union thug. He's like every union thug I've ever known. And he just knows. It's like he's sitting there contemplating the writing on the wall that, you know, unions just took a beating. I mean, an old-fashioned, bare-knuckled beating. All that money that the unions poured into this campaign, all the paid union thugs that showed up to canvass and whatnot, and for what? They just pissed their money away. And it was beautiful. Rachel, she just, you know, she looks just about as clueless as she ever does. It always amazes me when I hear some lefty tell me how intelligent Rachel Maddow is. She's a freaking clueless tard, a left tard, a lib tard, clueless. But maybe she's getting a little bit of an education tonight. I hope so. I'm not holding my breath on any of that. But, you know, all I hear about from the left is how, the Republicans brought all this out-of-town money in, and they outspent the Democrats 9-1, and blah, 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 blah. You know, it just kills me, because when they talk this nonsense about how all of this out-of-town, quote, out-of-town money, you know, had such an impact on this, why don't they describe the union money as out-of-town money? Because, you know, the UAW, the Teamsters, they were coming in there with shit tons of money. And here's the thing that they weren't adding into their little calculations. All these union reps and all these union workers that were down there, by the way, getting paid their salaries full by the union. Okay, they were down there working as opposition to Scott Walker, working hard, and they've been working for months. Those numbers aren't added up. I mean, that's real money, you know. And this is the way these unions operate. And I've been involved with unions. I've never done their dirty work, but I mean, I've been a member of 5 unions, and I will tell you that's exactly what they do. You know, they pay their union members to go and campaign for Democrats. That's what they do. In fact, I know a union operative who's actually a YouTuber. I shouldn't call him a YouTuber. He hasn't made a YouTube video in a long time. But I know a guy who literally spent a month in Denver 4 years ago campaigning for Barack Obama. And he was making his regular salary from the union. You know, but I mean, put a price on that. You know, when you could put boots on the ground, if you're a politician and you could put boots on the ground that you don't have to pay for, that the union's going to pay for, how awesome is that? So when I hear Rachel Maddow or I hear Ed Schultz or any of the rest of the idiots over there at CNBC talk about how, you know, Scott Walker had all this out-of-town money and then he was able to outspend them, it's all bullshit. Every bit of it is. Because they're not taking into account all that union money that came pouring into Wisconsin. And believe me, it was pouring in. All those union boots that were on the ground, you know, hell, they had Jesse Jackson there, you know, stirring up the racial divide. You know, I mean, put a price on that. You know, was Al Sharpton there? I don't know if Al Sharpton was there or not, but I wouldn't be one bit surprised. So anyway, listen, that's all I got. Just some observations. Once again, I want to congratulate Governor Walker. You are a fine man. Oh, and real quick, you know, they're starting to make a lot of noise on the left about how Governor Walker is going to be indicted and all this nonsense. Don't buy any of it. You know, they're going to try, you know, and I will tell you that what does worry me is Eric Holder, because he's kind of the wild card here. And I know that he is the Justice Department. He's going to be making a lot of noise, and I can't wait. I cannot wait to hear how minorities were supposedly disenfranchised, and they'll have examples, and I wouldn't be one bit surprised if Eric Holder doesn't file suit against Wisconsin. I wouldn't be shocked. The race was too far apart. Walker won by too big of a margin for them to get much leeway in asking for a recount, because I don't think that's going to work, and I think they know that won't work. Now, that's not to say they won't necessarily try, because it's possible that they will. But, you know, I can see Eric Holder coming in there spewing some nonsense about how, you know, the minorities were disenfranchised and how they didn't have proper ballots, and I mean, who knows? It'll be interesting to see. It's 4:18 a.m. right now. I'm gonna start uploading this, and then I gotta go to bed. But I'll be curious to see. Let me know in the comment section what you think, and at the very least, in my comment section, hey, say congratulations to Governor Walker. He definitely deserves it. Anyway, everybody have a good night.